Alright, welcome back to something new. This is the TTML Sprint League, a competition taking place over the next few weeks and I guess months technically, as we do two 25% races in one night, one shot qualifying, dry weather, no safety car. Yeah, and that's basically it. So, first round is Australia. We're doing this, I guess we're doing this in calendar order, so which is Australia and then Bahrain and etc. So on. So we're doing Australia and Bahrain tonight for this edition. I decided I'd go with mediums. There's only 13 drivers here for this one. A couple of people couldn't make it, so I thought, look, there's a high chance of probability that I'll be able to qualify inside the top 10 on mediums because it's a place where you see a fair few invalidations. So I thought I'd give it a go and give it. We're going to show all this lap. As I thought I needed more time to actually explain how this is going to work. Apparently not, though, because I explained it all already. Excuse me, I am in the the Alpha Tauri, rather. See, a helmet for the occasion. Horrific understeer into turn 3. But already I'm seeing, look, okay, Chubbs is out. Okay, good. We've got, that's one car down, another few to go, and, we'll be in the top 10. So I was fairly confident of getting this done. Looking at my helmet here, I actually like the gold and the lavender. The more purple one is a little bit jarring, so I might change that. But it's nice that this helmet actually works now, because when it first came out, it didn't work. So yeah, basically this is the biggest hurdle to jump with this track. Again, nice understeer into the entry and clipping on exit. So we've got nice and easy. Then I think more people retire now at this stage of the lap. So, yeah, one-shot quality, it kind of puts pressure on you to actually get it right in just the one go, but that's part of it, really. It's the same in F2, so it's not completely new to me. Anyways, into the last two corners. I think this is one's called Prost, actually. But anyways, DRS open. What are we going to do? It is a beautiful 1 minute 22.2. And see all the disqualifications coming up. So I was like, yes, good. This paid off, and this very much paid off. 6th place, very good. That's as much as I could have asked for. Highest on mediums, 6/10 quicker than Tekken there, who's on mediums as well. So, yeah, that's basically there was to that. So yeah, 25%, so 15 laps here in total, compared to the 29 that is normally the case. Anyways, here we go then, straight into it. No formation lap, that was a mistake by the lobby host. 5 red lights, and away we go. A decent start. Very decent start. I had to get out of here because I was just going to be pinched in between. It's a shame that this place wasn't a bit wider, like even Bahrain was, because I had a really good start. I thought I could have jumped at least one of those two cars there. We're going to go side by side with Mays here, heading down towards turn 3. On the inside, I should be able to get the better line, but I don't know what happened here. Just the car just would not turn at all, and Mays was able to get back through there. So that was disappointing. But I think that's partly because I think the case is if there's no formation lap, the tyres are just cold, which on mediums is a disaster. It felt like that was the case because the understeer was horrific through this first lap. You could see it in full force there for turn 4. But anyways, that's it for lap 1. Nothing else really doing. And nothing else was really doing until lap 5 or so. This is actually heading on to lap 6. So some people have pitted on from their softs. Phone, excuse me. I'm actually going to pitch fairly soon myself and get the jump if I can, but we're going to get DRS here on Mays. He sticks to the inside. I'm going to try and swoop around the outside. Comes across into me a bit. I actually was worried that gave me wing damage. It didn't, thankfully. But yeah, a bit of a strong one on his behalf. I see Wesker behind us there, but thankfully no wing damage, but that was a bit of a hard hit. Lap 6 then, I'm coming in as well as Mays. He's on softs, of course. Wesker carries on mediums, rather. And yeah, very slow entry because Mays was a little slow on the entry there, and I almost hit into the back of him. So to get out down to 37 miles an hour, again, didn't damage a wing somehow. So maybe I could consider myself lucky I didn't damage my wing in this lap. But anyways, now the advantage will be with me. We're going to be on softs to the end of the race here. So we're going to exit. I think we're going to exit in P11 here. To keep it, it's just going to get by here. There he goes. I am on softs though, so yeah, to keep is going to go for the move immediately on Mays, gets a good run. I'm not sure if he had DRS then, but he must have had, because I have DRS here myself. So Although, to be fair, I would have had the activation point heading around the last corner and you the pit lane, I suppose. But anyways, lap 7 then. I'm on much quicker tyres than Maze, so this will be a formality rather than struggling on mediums versus softs. But thought about going for it here, to be fair. That would have been a bit impatient of me, so I try to get out of it a little bit. But let's get a good run onto there's a car, which is Silas. Get a good run onto this straight. Even though he's got DRS, I'm able to pull alongside. And this is the corner. This is the corner where you have to commit to it, and a decent bit of curb helped me take that position. If I had understeered, that would have been problematic. We're going against Tekken here as well. He's just come out of the pits. He's actually behind me, I think. We're going to swoop around the outside with the DRS assistance. So, yay, 2 positions there in the 1 lap. So we can try and get after Takipa now, who's on mediums. And I see Wesker almost 3 seconds up the road did overcut on those mediums. So, yeah, that was that. Staying with lap 8. I think there's going to be some shenanigans in front. Not sure who it is. Oh, it's actually just Etham just dropping it, and then Takipa had to get out of the way, and I was able to nip around Takipa then, and so was Tekken. So Tekken, I'm not really dropping at this stage, and I was a little concerned at that. As we head through the twisty left-right, and for now I'm going to stay in front, but I'm actually struggling to keep in front of him. And he's actually going to get the jump on me here, heading down this main straight as we begin lap 10. Trying to use overtake, trying to use rich. Fuel is a bit of an issue here for the start of the race at least. I saved a bit, but I can't fight that, so I had to file in here and just try and stick within DRS, and I couldn't even do that after a while. So at this race, I knew Takipa had a penalty. I think Tekken had a penalty as well. I was pretty sure. So... yeah, lap 12. So we were 1.4 behind. Tekken, Siege, who was behind us at the first stint, pitted very early on mediums. And here we go then. So shenanigans in front. Tekken, Cam, collide, Siege. Then I almost got pinched. Initially I thought it was Tekken that actually got me. It was actually Siege as he came back on track like an absolute maniac, and didn't ghost. And that allowed Takipa to get the move done there. So I was mistaken in that, my initial thought. I actually thought Tekken was the one that hit me, but it was actually Siege. Tekken actually ghosted. So, yeah, that could have been bad. But we lost the place to Takipa, and Tekken is still in front here, but he has got wing damage. So I think Cam lost it in front, and then Tekken just absolutely couldn't slow down in time, just absolutely smacked him in the side pod, basically, and damaged his front wing. You could tell that as we go through here. Got a really good launch, and... honestly, maybe I should have opened overtake. I don't think I could have got the move done. No, because to keep a DRS then, so that's why. But just to try and navigate this damage car as best as I can, without, tight, and then he actually just lets me go. So that was nice of him to do that and not fight that too much. But that's basically going to be ish for the Australian Grand Prix. See, we're high enough here actually, so it's going to be P4 with to keep his penalty. Adam wins the race. Head of Scuba then in second, Wesker in third, and I am going to come across the line here in fifth. I think I could have got to keep in the next lap or two. I was going to get close at the end of this straight. I felt like, or maybe even down towards turn 3. I did try to have a go, but I just wasn't close enough to make anything stick. So there we go then, 4th place in the first race. Not too bad, especially because I don't like Australia very much. So happy days. That was a good, successful outing around. Now heading straight into Bahrain. This is the end of one shot right here. I end up qualifying on softs in 4th. Not an awful lap for one shot, 26. Done worse. So yeah. After the lobby glitched and we didn't have a start, we had to restart the lobby, so everyone was on the tyres that they qualified on. And then here we go then. For 14 laps around Bahrain, 5 red lights. And away we go. Initially a really good start. I'm not sure what the hell happened the second phase though, as Cam pulls away and Adam then pulls alongside, but the first phase was really good. Anyways, we'll hold the inside. Cam comes across it. That was really dangerous to come across like that. See Adam on my left, give him the space. We drag race heading up towards turn 4 basically. Overtake Rich. I put 2.5 laps of fuel in the car for this one. Gonna try and go down the inside. Try and get on the power as soon as possible. Maybe could have got on a little bit earlier. And then Adam has the line here, and it's all about angles. At this rate, that corner is always going to close up, so that's his corner then. I have to give that up. So he got through then, and I am down into 5th place then with Scuba behind on mediums, who I knew was going to get me eventually. Because the softs and the mediums, there's a 1.1 second delta to softs versus mediums. So I knew that he just had to stick with him basically a second or so, and he was going to be good. Lap 3, see, Scuba's actually out of my DRS at this moment, and to keep us very much in it. Now, to keep it, we had to load back in, and he forgot to load his setup. So he's running with a standard setup, which is not awful around Bahrain compared to, say, something like Monaco, but obviously struggling. And he's going to go very wide in a triple left-hander, and I'm going to open the DRS, overtake, and just see if I can safely pop back over, and I can get back on the racing line, and boom. Problem was, though, because it's not too long between this and the main straight, and with how long the main straight is and how overpowered DRS is on that main straight, I had to open like a 6-7 gap, because otherwise he's just going to come right back through with DRS. So that was the worry. And heading down towards the last corner, he's around 4/10. So this is not great. I'm like, great, I'm going to lose this position already, aren't I? Obviously, him having 6 wings obviously helps me try and keep this position. But yeah, thankfully I had a decent enough last corner. I opened the gap to 5/10 or so. And even with DRS, he's not going to close in time to make this move. So I'm going to be safe now, and I can get on with my race. Adam's still in touching distance, which is a surprise to me. Lap 6. Adam comes into the pits. Now, my thinking was at this stage, a couple of other people came into the pits as well. Now, my thinking at this stage was, because of the 1.1 second delta, I could maybe stay for another lap or two. And the tyres are less than 40%, so I thought maybe I can get away with it. And to be honest, this first lap was fine. I should have pitted at the end of this lap. I ended up staying out for another lap, and the pace kind of fell away this second lap. So I kind of misjudged that one. And there's only... No, we're heading on to lap 10, so I only left myself 5 laps with mediums. I should have balanced this a bit more. So that was a mistake on my part. But anyways, we're going to emerge, I think, in 5th. Because Scuba will get on by, and then Adam will go by 2. And Adam then was just over 3 seconds, I believe, ahead at the exit. I actually got within his DRS, basically, when he pitted. So 3.4 then. So I had fresh mediums. My pace was like, I feel quite comfortable around this track actually now that I've to think about it. But I did close the gap to Adam. It was actually 2.4, but I made a mistake heading out of turn 11, I believe, and that ran really wide. But keep it under 3 seconds. That's all I could do. I felt very good with the pace comparatively to Adam. So I call that progress. It's 4th place. It's 5th place because Tekken, you can see there. Yeah, nice hacks. So. Yeah, good result for the first 2 races, a 4th and a 5th. Can't complain too much of that. Next up, it's China and Baku, right? So that should be fun. I actually haven't done much of Baku this year, so that'll be fun. Or China, for that matter. Oh, dear God. Anyways, thanks very much for watching, and until next time.